Hey everyone, welcome back to another virtual reality video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Stride Fates trailer, and I'm going to be showing you guys some stuff that you may not have noticed inside of the trailer. Along with that, some theories of mine that might explain some stuff in the Stride campaign trailer. But before we get into today's video, I just want to very quickly take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, iStock VR. Finding an affordable virtual reality gun stock these days is hard. Most of them go from $100 to $300 in price. And honestly, for a person like me with no real job, money like that is kinda hard to come by. So when I was reached out to by iStock VR to do this sponsorship, I was honestly over the moon. And that's not because it's my first sponsorship. See, iStock VR is a virtual reality gun stock like no other, because it's cheap, but also uses this innovative design that allows it to stay effective. As you probably noticed when I first presented this, you probably thought, hey, where's the other side of this gun stock? Well, actually, there is no other side. Instead, you have this little piece right here that hooks up to your quest straps and allows for you to actually stabilize your aim through the two straps. Honestly, something super smart that honestly never would have thought of. That's actually kind of genius. And I'm sure you're probably skeptical about how this works because honestly, on paper, this kind of seems like a weird design. But I actually hopped into a couple Breachers games, a couple Onward games, and even some Pavlov just to see if it actually works. And to my surprise, I was actually popping heads with both the pistols and the rifles. I know, it sounds far-fetched and too good to be true, but honestly, innovation like this is very hard to come by these days. What makes this even better though is the price point of the stock. This thing only goes for 40 bucks on Etsy, and honestly, it's kind of insane how cheap it is. That's literally cheaper than some AAA Quest games. But if you're still not convinced, I actually have an offer just for Trentic viewers. See, if you click the Etsy link in the description and buy iStock through Etsy, you can actually input the promo code iStock1 in all caps, and it will actually give you 10% off your order, which is honestly a pretty sweet deal. Thanks to iStock VR, click the link in the description if you haven't already, and let's get on to the video. So first of all, there's just going to be something that you might notice right off the bat, and that's of course the narrator. So it looks like we'll actually maybe be having a narrator or co-pilot or whatever you want to call it that'll kind of be like a virtual assistant as we're going through the game. This has been done before, and it's probably going to be like the virtual assistant type stuff found in a lot of single player games such as Robo Recall and eSpire 1. But one thing the narrator says really caught my ear, and that was that they said,
"Remember, we're doing this for the hostage."
And that line immediately reveals the story to us. It seems like we're going to be playing the role of a chaser with our virtual assistant who's going to be trying to rescue this hostage. Another thing that the game puts a big emphasis on is that it seems like we're going to be attacked by a helicopter in one of the missions. It honestly does make a pretty big deal and even gets a voice line from the virtual assistant, so yeah, honestly kind of a big deal because, you know, running from helicopter equals cool action movie. I think another cool thing though that you probably haven't noticed is actually the new enemy models. It seems like we're going to be getting an upgrade in terms of character models from what we've previously seen in the single player modes. No longer will they have those bike helmets, and they'll actually have fully fleshed out faces. Perfect for us to sink our punches into. Another thing that it actually puts a big emphasis on that you may not have noticed is the interaction of turning any item into a weapon. As you can see, you're able to knock down boxes and even pick up a paint roller, which can then be used to knock down enemies. But because it shows that in the trailer, it honestly opens up a lot of new possibilities. You could interact with a lot more items, and it could honestly make for some pretty creative plays and funny moments. And the last thing to put an emphasis on is actually from the screenshot that we see at the end, basically displaying Stride Fates and when the update is coming out, and that is actually the different enemy types. As you can see in the screenshot, there's actually two different enemy types showcased. First one is what looks to be a tank, honestly kind of looking like an armored heavy from TF2 holding a minigun, and the other one seems to be a basic grunt holding an assault rifle, meaning that you're actually probably going to have to combat different types of enemies using different strategies inside of different levels. And yeah everyone, that's really gonna be it for this video. If you did enjoy, then please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below your favorite part of the video or anything else you might have noticed in the trailer. So with that said, my name is Trentic and I will be signing out. Peace.